Alright, injuries. Probably the most unoriginal topic a YouTuber could make. I mean, seriously, everyone and their mother talked about this at least once. Now, it's important to note, I was always the most injury-prone person in the house, so I definitely have a lot of stories to tell about my own injuries. For instance, in the summer of first grade, I learned how to slide down railings. Not really learned, but I started doing that. And what ended up happening was that I ended up, one time when I was sliding down the railing at our own house, what ended up happening was I kind of got off balance and fell on the other side. Now, it's important to note that the railing in our house is a bit high, so if I fell off, it definitely could lead to some damage. And since I was falling in some type of star-shaped pattern, my body had an instinct of putting my arm out for protection, and my arm, while falling down, just got completely smoked on the floor. That's how I broke my arm. So once my family found out my arm was broken, my sister and my dad got some tape and some newspaper, just kind of like put it all around my arm, and then we went to the ER. And once we got our room at the ER, everything seemed okay for a broken bone, at least. Until I got the x-rays. Now, to take the x-rays, the doctor always had to, like, move your arm in, like, painful positions so then they can take photos of the bone. And on the last x-ray photo, the doctor said to me, "Okay, I apologize for this. This is gonna be the most painful one." And this is exactly how it went. Okay, this ain't so bad. After x-ray hell, I couldn't really remember much. The only thing I could really remember was watching Toy Story and a bit of The Sword in the Stone until I left the ER. And that's not it. I will also remember when the doctors were checking up on my arm again, I remember this time they had like a flavored anesthesia. And I remember it going exactly like this. See, look, this mask smells like strawberries. Oh yeah, it does! Now, I remember specifically on the last checkup, and probably on the other checkups, but I just don't remember it specifically. I remember, like, to cut off the cast they had for my arm, they got out this, like, saw that would cut off the cast, and that's the most terrifying thing imaginable. Hands down, it's, like, one of the most scariest experiences I've ever had in my life. That's about it for my broken arm. Now, this one isn't really an injury because I never went to the hospital because of this, but it was like a major hit, so I'm gonna still count it as an injury because I know I said I was the most injury prone person in my house, but that's because no one in my house really gets injuries, so just count this as a filler injury. Now, this was in the winter of first grade. Yeah, I kind of had a rough first grade year. And me and this older kid were in some type of snowball fight. And I don't remember how it started, but I sure know how it ended. So while I was turning around picking up some snowballs, this kid decided to grab an ice ball and just chuck it at me. And it was aiming for my head, but what happened was I turned around and it got smoked in the eye. And at one hand, I'm kind of impressed. I mean, you must have some accuracy to be able to chuck an ice ball straight at someone's eye. But on the other hand, what the heck? What did I do to warrant an ice ball straight in the eye? What did I do? I know I started it, but that doesn't mean you need to end it in some type of brutal fashion. What sucked about that ice ball was that it was kind of spiky, so when it hit me in the eye, my eye itself didn't bleed, but the area around my eye certainly did. Now, I don't even remember what happened afterward. I don't remember the kid's name. I don't know what happened afterward to him, if he got punished for it or not. But that's all I could really remember, just getting smoked in the eye. It wasn't a concussion, that's for sure, but still. This last one is also not an injury, but I did end up going to the hospital because of it, so in my own stupid rules, I guess it is an injury. Now, picture this. You walk into my second grade room and see me snorting all those eraser bits on the floor. Then, you see me grab one of those erasers you put on your pencil and just see me shove it up my nose. Then, a couple of seconds later, you see me crying in frustration because I can't get the eraser out. That's basically how I got into the hospital. Because I sticked an eraser up my nose. I don't even remember the hospital visit itself. All I know is that my parents are still pissed about it. I had also injuries when I was a baby, but I don't really care about those. So yeah, that's it for the video. I'm probably not going to make a sequel though, since I'm not going to specifically go out of my way to get an injury. No, that's stupid. So yeah, that's about it for right now. See ya.